everybody, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a great summer and hopefully you're soaking up some of the sun. I know I am. I'm definitely tanner than I've been. I want to show off this palette today. This is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Primal Eyeshadow palette. It looks like this. It's beautiful. It's like a rainbow palette with some pastels, some bright rainbow colors, some dark colors, shimmers, and then a big pan of black and a big pan of white. I'll insert close-ups and swatches. I did swatch each row. So I will be inserting those, and I'm going to try to do 3 looks with it. I'm going to do 1 look today I'm going to wear out, and then I have my baby shower Sunday. I'll do another look, so that's in a couple days, and then sometime either between that or after I'll do 3 looks and then just kind of post my final review on this palette, my final thoughts. This is my first Blend Bunny Cosmetics palette I've bought, and even swatching it so far, we'll see how they work, but they swatch so nicely. They feel super buttery and smooth, especially these shimmers. These shimmers feel amazing. Like, I'm super impressed with how the shimmers feel. I'm so excited to play with it. So without further ado, let's get into look number 1. So here's look number 1 with the palette. I used I'll show you which rows I used. I used this row, and then the purple row, and this goldy color. And here's the look. I'll insert a close-up. These colors layer really nicely. They blend out well, and I really like the pastels I used. I used this pink one and this purple one, and for pastels, they were very pigmented, and the shimmers were bomb. I'm excited to see the shimmers on top of a glitter primer because I just use it with my fingers. But here's look 1. Hopefully you guys like it. This is look number 2. I used just this top corner, the pinks here with this shimmer, and then a little bit of the white. These mattes blended together really nicely, and for the pastels, they're pretty bright. These are probably the brightest pastels I have and the most pigmented, and I think they're super pretty. There was a lot of fallout, but I think I go in pretty heavy with my brushes. I'm excited to use more of this palette. But here's the look. I'll insert some close-ups too. I think it turned out really cute. look number 3, the look, and honestly, I think this is my favorite of all the looks. I really used a lot of the colors. I added some gemstones, and this look is kind of like psychedelic with the gemstones, and I don't know, it reminds me of tie-dye or something like that. Using this white base from LA Girl. It's a white concealer. I'm going to put it all over. Putting it on thick. Now, as you saw, I'm going to be doing green first. So I think that's good. So now let me take in this green. It's called Toxin. I'm going to pat off my brush, and I'm just going to pack this in here. This is a very pretty neon lime green. It's super pretty. And I'm not really going to add any darker colors to this, just because I haven't been having luck with blending eyeshadows on my skin right now, so I just have to pack the colors next to each other, but this will show you the pigment. I'm putting this about 1/3 of the way. Next, I want to take Nectar. It's this pink color. I've been using this a lot. This one's like honestly my fave. I'm gonna put it right next to the green. Just pack it on. Blend them a little bit in the middle. I don't want to overdo it. I don't know if you can tell, the pink isn't sticking right here, and I'm pretty sure that isn't this eyeshadow. Like I said, something's going on with my skin. There we have the pink. I'm going to use that same brush and go in with the purple, which is called Exotic. I'm going to put that over here. On both sides. I'm going to take off the powder from my brush and just kind of try to blend this into the pink a little bit. And these two are blending so nicely, so maybe I was just picking up way too much product and not patting off my brushes. Because these shadows are pigmented, but they're very powdery. And I usually don't shake off my brushes at all, but with this one, kind of helps to only put a little bit of product on at a time and just blend. I'm actually going to put a little bit of yellow in between the green and pink. Yeah, it's called Ray. This is supposed to be a true yellow. I just want to add a little bit of transition here so it doesn't look so stark. This is giving me very rainforest vibes and I love it. I think I'm understanding how to do these shadows now. You really have to make sure you only pick up a little bit of product. I like the color it's making on top of the pink. That orangey color is really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and blend that purple a little more with the pink. Add a little more pink on top. So these shadows definitely help when applied over a white base. They definitely go more pigmented than using a nude base. So now I'm going to go with this dark blue shade. It's called Poisonous. It's kind of a like a royal blue purple shade. I think it's supposed to be the blue. I'm just going to put that right here. And kind of fade that out into my skin. I want it to mix with the purple a little bit. Same thing on this side, and then I'll blend more. I'm going to go take that exotic color and press it in a little more. Just gently at the edges. And I'm going to be cutting down here, so it doesn't matter if it's messy right now. I just want the colors to look pretty and blended. And I want to go add a little more pink in just because it's not giving me the brightness I want. So I'm going to go back in with Nectar. Make sure I pat off my brush and just press this pink in again. There we go. Blend it kind of to the edge. And then I'm going to go in with the same brush and take that Ray, which is that yellow color, and just press it in here too. I kind of like how the blend isn't super perfect. It's more like random. I don't know. I think it looks really pretty. Just going to see if I can take this yellow on top of the green to kind of blend out the edges. And again, I'm using that true yellow, which is called Ray. Now what I'm going to do is take a Q-tip, put it in some, not micellar water, some Neutrogena, And I'm going to cut these creases. Because I'm going to try out some of these glitters. So I want them to be I think like that. I'm going to get another Q-tip and try to do them a little higher just because my eyes are open. You can't see them as much. Okay, so that looks pretty even to me. So I'm going to take a cotton pad and just try to wipe off this part. Clean it up with a little more makeup remover. And I'm going to use I don't want to use the white base because I might leave a little nude. I'm going to use this Shop Miss A nude base and just put that on right now. I'm going to make sure I don't have any makeup remover. It feels like it's all gone. And I'm just going to gently put this on the whole lid. Patting it in. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm gonna be putting glitter on top of these, so I don't think it matters how perfect they look. I'm just gonna go fix up purple over here a little bit. Make sure this side's fixed. It looks pretty good. And I'm gonna try some of these shimmers. So now that I have that base on, I'm gonna do the NYX glitter primer. I haven't tried these shimmers with a primer yet, so I'm using this. And I just want to show you guys how much fallout this is. That's why I think I'm having issues blending. Hopefully you can see that, all the powder. I think that's part of the reason why I'm having issues blending, because I'm putting way too much product on my brushes, and maybe that used to work for me before when my eyes were, I don't know, different. Maybe my skin changed with being pregnant, but I used to not have to pat anything off, but now it seems like I have to, and I have to go a little slower. Okay, so I'm gonna put that glitter primer on. I'm just gonna pack this right on here. Not the whole way over, but about a little more than the middle. On both sides. And this is tacky, so it should help the shimmers really stick real nice, and it should amplify them too. Okay, so both sides have that on. I'm gonna use this pink one, it's called Feral, and then I'm gonna use the blue one. So this is a like hot pink. I'm gonna put it right here. It's super pretty. I'm not used to using dark shimmers. I normally would put a lighter shimmer here, but we'll see what this looks like. Next to this one, I'm gonna put Potent, which is the orange shimmer. I'll put that right next to the pink. Oh, that one's so pretty. I think this is my favorite one, actually, this orange one. I think this mixed with the pink looks so pretty. It added a little bit of brightness. And to finish it off, I'm going to use this. I'm going to get a different brush, and I'm going to use this bluish purple one. It's called Morph. I'm going to put that right here. These are super buttery. If you press your brush in too hard, you definitely leave dents in them, so just be careful. Blend this in with the orange a little bit. These are blending together really nice. They're not getting muddy, and they're just really fusing together nicely. Oh my gosh. On this a little more with the orange. And I actually want to add a little bit of the gold to the inner corner, just for a little bit of brightness. It's called Regal. I think it's Regal. Yeah, there we go. So do a pop on top of that pink. I don't know if these colors are clashing, but we'll see what it looks like. Take more of that pink. And I'm going to finish up that blue on this side. It didn't go as far over. I think what I want to do for this outside is put some of that green and blend it out. So I'm going to take this brush, take that Toxin, which is the green shade, and just put it right here lightly. And I don't have it over a white base, so it's going to look a little different. Just to blend out this edge. And here you can see the difference between applying on a nude base and a white base. I'm going to go in with Mimic, which is the pastel purpley color, and just press it in here a little bit. On both sides. Take that green again. So my final thoughts are that this palette's super worth it. The one downfall is these are super powdery. I noticed that, like, I normally dip in pretty heavy with brushes, and I had fallout everywhere, so I kind of had to change how I was applying the makeup and dip in a lot lighter, and it makes the colors build up better, makes them apply better. When you dip in super hard, there's so much powder and it makes it hard to work with, so just be aware. These are very powdery, but the pigment is beautiful. It doesn't mess with the pigment or anything. Just go in with a light hand and build up slowly, and make sure you tap off your brushes. I absolutely love these shimmers. They're very buttery. As you can see, I already made dents in a lot of the pans just from pressing in too hard, or the shimmers are really soft, and I really like it. I think these pastels are the best pastels I have. I have a few other pastel palettes and they do not compare to this. These are pigmented pastels. A lot of the pastels I use, they don't show up, or they're super light, And I get that they're supposed to be pastel, but they just all look the same. These actually have a lot of pigment. I'm happy about this palette, and if you guys try it out, let me know. I bought it originally for this green color, and as you can see, she did not let me down. In the beginning, I was having issues with either my skin from being pregnant is changing, my primers, or just way too much powder, but I was having issues building up the colors with other colors. I can get one color to go on, but to have depth with some of these darker ones, if I tried to put it on top of a lighter color, it just disappeared or got real muddy. So I don't know what I'm doing or if I'm having issues, because the last week or so I've been having that issue with a lot of my palettes that weren't having that issue before. So it could be a skin change for me from being pregnant, or maybe my primers are bad. So I didn't play with the dark colors too much just because they were really frustrating me. I just packed the colors on, blended them lightly in the middle, and it worked so well. Less is more. Like, just take your time with this palette and lightly blend out the edges, and it was actually really easy. I'm used to going in with a heavy hand, and you don't want to do that for this. So I'd buy this palette again. I don't regret having it. I think the pastels are some of the best pastels I have. This row is my fave, and I actually really like the shimmers. I wasn't sure how I would use those because I normally like a light shimmer here. Overall, I think this palette's like a 9 out of 10. I think it's a good deal for 40 some dollars, and it's beautiful. I hope you guys let me know your thoughts. Did you buy this palette? Was it a pass for you? What are your thoughts? And as always, just thank you for watching, and I hope this video isn't as chaotic as it feels. It's just been a busy week. And yeah, just subscribe if you want to see more, and comment ideas and just your thoughts. Bye.